Today, let's touch base on some watches that have been completely forgotten about in the watch community. People really don't check for these anymore, as this reminds them of something in the late 2000s that was a real thing, and it's the brand Breitling. Now, I personally have always enjoyed the aesthetic look of a Breitling watch. Not all Breitlings, but a majority of them, but prices of them have tanked. But I think that it gives other people, non-watch crazy enthusiasts, like not the people looking to flip, that are just looking for an entry-level timepiece, a really good opportunity to get something which may have a lot of bang for its buck. Let's roll my motherfucking music so we can take a glance at some throwback Breitlings and one that I really like.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Listen, one of my beautiful peoples, you know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. I remember in the early 2000s that Breitlings were on everybody's wrist. Bust the fuck down. You had these monster 44mm animals on your wrist that really made a statement piece. I thought they were always really aesthetic, so much so that I took my 20-year-old ass to Canal Street and copped myself a fire fake Breitling. I believe it was the Breitling Avenger, but I decided to get it with the bust down bezel. Why not throw some CZ or glass in there just to give the extra appearance of fakeness? Truth be told, that watch, I wore it maybe 20-30 times. I think I spent about $85 on it. I negotiated the dick off this dude. And then it just sat in a box somewhere for years. I mean, up until I want to say maybe 10 years ago. And it hadn't tarnished. It still worked. The buttons felt like a gate shifter on a throwback sports car, but it still worked. It didn't tarnish, it didn't change. It was heavy as shit, and I thought it was an okay fake. But the fact is, I really enjoyed how that Breitling looked. So what I did was I asked for a couple of Breitlings to check out and review and see what kind of pricing is involved and what kind of watch you can get for the entry-level person. Again, not everybody's a watch snob. There's a lot of people who still fuck with the aesthetic look of a Breitling. Let's be honest, the Breitling isn't a shitty brand. They're still coming out with new stuff, new ceramic bezels, new color combos. Maybe they might make a resurgence, but at this point, these are kind of more dated pieces. However, they still hold weight. Like, you can get a lot of bang for the buck for this watch if it's your kind of aesthetic. For example, when people think of Breitling, they think of this kind of craziness, which I personally wouldn't rock, and neither should you. This is the Breitling Bentley edition. This is a beast of a watch. Just looking at it in comparison in my hand. It's a huge chrono. It has that traditional Breitling band, which I don't mind. I actually like it. Super high polish, very nice, very heavy. But personally, it just feels super dated, not too handsome looking, and it's huge. And I mean huge. Like, let me give you perspective. Where's my calipers? Let me just see from like the crown.
That's a huge
Jesus Christmas. Shit measures in at 53mm. This fucking thing is enormous. It's gonna look ridiculous on my wrist, but I have to put it on because I mean, let's be honest. This is insane. I can't wait to test the weight of this fucking thing. This is for somebody who, look, bitch wrist problems. This is for a man's man. This is for a dude who's like 440 pounds with a calf for a forearm. Look at this shit. This fucking thing. It's literally the entrance way of my wrist. It's ridiculous. It's heavy as shit. It's got a weird aesthetic from it, and I've always felt some type of way about the Bentley edition Breitlings. Like, if you don't have a Bentley, like, should you wear this? I mean, you can. This is me being nitpicky, but I don't know. It's something about the Bentley editions that really never caught my attention personally. This heavy monster, which doesn't even register on my 150 gram scale, which is, so get a clue. This is probably like fucking 200 grams at this point. This is not something that's my cup of tea. However, this is at a price point of $5,200, which it's a lot of watch for 5Gs, but it has to be a particular type of person who feels this. And we cannot forget this. The Bentley wheel in the back of this joint. So it's a Bentley rim on the back of this watch. Yeah. Yeah. Not my cup of tea, but let's move on to the next one. Now we're staying on the Breitling Bentleys. However, this one is a more normal-ish size. It still measures in at over 44 millimeters, which is still big. So this one is the Breitling Bentley Limited with a platinum bezel. So we got precious metal around the bezel. Beautiful. Again, that sexy bracelet. I do like this bracelet, I'm not gonna lie. You see that the markers have a little bit of a red accent to them. Definitely has that Bentley look, and then it has like the flying bee right in the back of the watch. Aesthetically, not my cup of tea. Also, it's got a weird little brownish color scheme that kind of color changes, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just not my thing. I love the band on this. This one definitely looks more normal. And again, it has precious metal. Got the platinum on the dial, but still little too big for my taste. It doesn't wear huge like a 44. I expected it to wear a little larger on wrist, and it's very comfortable actually. This band is extremely comfortable, but aesthetically, not my favorite. I told you, the Bentley line is just not one that I could do anything with. But this is also a brand name watch with a precious metal bezel, great history for 5Gs. I mean, it's pretty good priced, but at this point you can really go for something like an Omega Speedy or even a Seamaster, get a little bit more and retain a little bit more value than something like this. Next one. Now these two next one are the cheapest one, and I'm gonna save my favorite for last. But this one has this pilot-esque essence to it, and you really gotta be into aeronautical or just fucking Tom Cruise Maverick fan from Top Gun to really rock this type of piece. But there's a time and place for it. Again, you have to be into planes, and this one is particularly the Breitling B1 model A68362, which has a digital time function as well as analog. This watch has a lot going on, and somebody who knows dick about planes really wouldn't understand that. It would have to be a particular individual to really admire this watch and use it for its full capability. Still a beautiful Breitling watch, has a lot of great features about it, but most I don't understand. And truth be told, how many people really start fucking with chronos and shit like that? There's a lot of people that buy chronos for full aesthetic purpose and never touch the button ever in their life, let's be honest. This watch seems to be a set it and forget it watch. I'm assuming it's battery operated based on the digital aspect of it. And this one is about a 44 also, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, it happens to be my size. So whoever sold or traded or bought this shit had bitch wrists like me. And yeah, it wears a little, well, it's actually a little bit too tight, but doesn't look too horrible. And this is not my favorite band, to be honest, but I can see like a casual businessman type dude who's into aerospace or former military or something along those lines that can really use this to its full extent. And this watch, only 2,500 bucks. You're getting a lot of watch for under $3,000. If you're a young cat with dreams of going into the Navy and becoming a pilot, or want to start with a piece that'll last you a lifetime and really reflects what you're trying to do in life, 2,500 bucks, that's a lot of watch for the price. And last and certainly not least, my favorite, and really might keep it, checking out the Breitling Superocean on a rubber strap with, of course, diamonds on the bezel and on the lugs of the case. Ooh, daddy. The beautiful white, it kind of has this off-whitish kind of wannabe mother of pearl and blue accent with the rubber strap, and then you got the Breitling clasp right on it. This watch is 3,500 bucks, under $4,000. I don't know how many carats it is, I'm not a jeweler, but very clean, not sharp, it's not catching me anywhere. The diamonds are set beautifully. They're not tiny stones, they're beefy fuckers. The watch has a great aesthetic look. Personally, with the rubber strap, I think it's totally my kind of vibe. It's got a nice mirror polish on it. Really dope watch. I like how this shit looks a lot. This reminds me a lot of the fakie that I got in Canal Street. It's gonna attract attention, number one. It's got diamonds on it, so people automatically are gonna be like, oh shit, you got money for the ones who really don't know Breitling. It's still a Breitling, automatic movement, chrono, and I just think it's a handsome ass watch. 3,500 bucks? I don't know, man. It's got a vibe. I even like how the little deployment works with the buttons on the side. Button on the side. I don't know. This looks kind of good. My birthday's coming up. If anybody want to give it to me. I'm just kidding. This one is also like, I think it's 42. It looks 42-ish, but it might be in the 44 space. The watch reads it at 44, but I don't know if that's completely accurate. It kind of looks fly, yo. It's not my size. I'd have to adjust it, but check it. It looks good, wears right. This one, I think, is gonna be one that's gonna sell quick. Somebody's gonna watch this video and be like, yo, Coops, I need that joint. 3,500 bucks? And you know how I am, whenever there's diamonds, I gotta test it. Diamond tester ready, let's go. Damn, there's no question here. Let me know what you guys think of these watches and which one catches your attention, although I can pretty much guess. It's gonna be between this one and this one. I also predict that these two will be quick to sell. Again, 2,500 bucks, 3,500 bucks. You can get two Breitling watches for 6,000 bucks. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart. Let me know what you guys think of the Breitling brand. Do you like the new ones? Are you cool with the old ones? Is this something you would rock? Leave it in the comments below. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know it is biggest in the game. Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.